I'm going to show you how to one-shot any enemy in Hogwarts Legacy with this totally overpowered stealth build. It's actually insane how much damage this thing does, and if you're able to pull it off, you can literally one-shot just about anything in the game. There's a few things that'll survive, but most things, infamous foes, whatever, they'll literally get one shot. Just to demonstrate how powerful this is, this person right here, infamous foe, gone. The boy was already missing half HP, but still gone. Alright, so check this one out. So this is one of the highest level random infamous foes in the game. One tap. Just like that. That easy. This build is so overpowered, guys. It's actually insane how much damage this does. So that was the boss on the map way down here on the coast. One of the highest level areas in the game relative to your own level. So yeah, this thing's crazy, guys. Let me show you how to build this thing. It's actually nuts how strong it is. It'll make your game so easy. Okay, so to make the strongest stealth build in the entire game, there's a few things that you need to do when you put a bunch of things together. First off, with your talents, if you haven't already, you'll definitely want to get all 4 stealth talents. There's only 4 of them anyway, so you might as well just get them since you get like 35 talent points. It's really a good tree to invest in. The main thing is it makes it easier to sneak without getting noticed, and also lets you sprint while sneaking, which will just make this build much more versatile and useful and be able to get away with it in like 80-90% of fights. Even fights you're not supposed to use stealth on. Like when you slide down a thing and it starts a fight, if you use it fast enough, you can usually stealth and just stealth fight every scenario in the story. Almost all of them. Okay, so first off, we are going to need, after those talents, we're going to need the vivariums and the room of requirement. Now, you get the room of requirement as part of the main story. If you don't know how to fast travel to it, you go to Hogwarts, and there's this mark right here. Click it, and then go to this food flame to get to your room of requirement. So after you get that, at some point a little bit later on in the story, maybe level 12 or 10 or 14 or something like that, if you look at your side quest, there'll be one with this guy, Deke. It'll be called like the elf, the knapsack, and the something. I can't remember. You do that, and that'll get you this bag, which is super helpful to have. And it'll also, then after that, there should be another quest either with that or right after that that'll get you these vivariums where you'll be able to put these rescued beasts. I think it's part of that same quest. So you'll end up with these vivariums where you can put beasts into them, which is really important because then you can get items from them by grooming them and feeding them, as you learned in beast class in this game. So once you have all that figured out, that prerequisite, then that's important. You're going to need that in order to get this built out as strong as you possibly can. So I think the quest right after that one, or sometime right around there, will get you this loom. There'll be one more from Professor Weasley, and she'll walk you through some stuff in here, and then you'll get the loom. Or it was Deke, but I thought it was Professor Weasley. But yeah, so once you do those quests, then you'll have the loom, you have the vivarium, you have the knapsack, and now you are good to go. All right. So, what does the loom do? The loom lets us put traits on gear and lets us upgrade the gear. Okay, we're going to combine this with an exploit where you can get legendary gear, and combine this with an exploit where you can get whatever trait you want whenever you want. Now, obviously, it is possible to do everything I'm going to show you without exploiting the game, but you might as well exploit the game. So, when getting this all set up, I would recommend opening up your menu, going to settings, and just changing the difficulty right here, the difficulty down to story mode just while doing the setup, just to save yourself some time, make this a little bit easier on yourself. So now that we have all that prep done, we're going to do some more prep. So we go to the world map and we go to this medium bandit camp, ideally this one, unless you've already cleared it, but then just find a different medium bandit camp. The main thing is, I know for a fact you can get what you want at this medium bandit camp, but I'm going to show you this other one instead to show you what it is that you got to do at that medium bandit camp in order to get what we need. Okay, so I'm going to show you what to do at this bandit camp, but I might as well, while I'm at it, show you just how overpowered this stealth build is. So first off, if you're near someone, it will petrify 2 at once. That's pretty standard. It's just normal stuff for this build. But if you're actually sneaky and you have all those talents, you can just run in and one-shot literally everything. Although the targeting's a little weird sometimes. Alright, there you go. I killed literally, like, what was it, like 10 enemies in, I don't even know, like 30 seconds or something. So, after you've killed all the enemies in the bandit camp, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the collection chest. So, wherever this one is, it's this one. Okay. You can see it on the compass at the bottom left. So, get right in front of it. Then start your game, or hit start or whatever. Go to settings, save game, pick whatever save you're playing on, And now what you're going to do is some save scum magic. So there's this exploit from another video I posted about. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out in the description, but it's pretty straightforward. But actually, that video has a lot of other details I don't talk about in this one, so you can check that out. It has lots of more good stuff. Also, check the description for other Hogwarts Legacy videos that are really good. Okay, anyway, you search the chest. Venom 1. Okay, so it's not what we want. So then we're going to open up the menu, settings, load game, and, oh, that's right. It's like, okay, sorry. Up here. Load this one. And so when you reload and then open it, it'll be a different item. And you're going to do this over and over and over until you get a talent or whatever they're called. I already forgot the name of the things. You want Binding 3. So that wasn't Binding 3, so I would just keep resetting at this point if I was actually trying to get Binding 3. And you have to do this in medium bandit camp because the small bandit camps, I'm not sure they can actually drop them. But I know the medium ones can. And very specifically, I'm not sure if they each have their own loot pools or not. But if this one's available, definitely do the trick on this one because I know for a fact you can get it there because I got it there. Anyway, so once you have that one, you can see under your collections, there's the traits. And then in the traits, there is Binding 3. So what this one does is it significantly increases damage with petrificus totalus. And that is the one you use when you stealth attack someone like what I just did to kill all these bandits. So once you have that, things can get real crazy. And I'm going to combine that with some other stuff here, and it's just going to get nuts. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to do the gold farm. If you don't know how to do it, check out the description of this video. I have a video on how to get 30,000 gold per hour. But the long story short is capture these mooncalves right here and sell them. Okay, but there's much, much more to that. If you want to check out that video, it's in the description along with a lot of other awesome videos. Once you have enough money, which will not take long, literally like 5 to 10 minutes, you'll have enough money for anything you need. You'll go to Hogsmeade, and you'll go to this food flame right here, the North Hogsmeade, and you'll head over to Glad Rags Wizard Wear. And what this guy does is he sells gear. And once you've done the gold exploit, you have like, 10,000 gold, whatever. Well, legendary gear only costs 500. If you want to see more about that video, check out my legendary gear exploit video in the description of this video. But the long story short is you sleep 5 times, the shop resets, you can buy more legendary gear. So you combine that with the money exploit to get a full set of legendary gear at your level, and then you'll look something like this, full legendaries equipped, which is really important when you're trying to combine things with what we're going to do here. I'm actually missing one. I didn't even realize I'm missing one, so I one-shot that one thing I showed you without even having everything I'm going to do here. All right, so we're going to go to the map, and then we're going to go to Hogwarts map. We're going to go to secret rooms, and then the room of requirement food flame now. So we got full set of legendary, hopefully, at this point, and we've got the level 3 binding, and we've got all the talents that we need, all the stealth talents. So now we're going to go over to this loom, and every single piece of gear, we're going to view traits, and we're going to put on it Binding 3. Now, if you don't have Neasel Fur, I'll show you how to get that. Really quick, I'm going to put that on. All right, so Neasel Fur is the little cat guys, and you can find them many different places. And you can check out my video in the description about all the beast locations if you want to know where any of the other beasts are. But Neasel specifically, here's Hogwarts. Down here by Brockborough, there is a Neasel spawn, Neasel den right here. So you can go there, catch a bunch of Neasels, come back, throw them into one of the vivariums, and then pet them, feed them, and collect the stuff, and you'll have enough Neasel Fur to put on as many of these as you want, because it just uses one in order to equip it. So then, you'll have Binding 3 on every single piece of gear. It has to be legendary to put Binding 3 on it. If it's not legendary, you can only put Binding 2 on a purple and Binding 1 on a blue. Whereas you put Binding 1, 2, or 3 on a legendary, or you put 1 or 2 on a purple, basically. Blue is level 1, purple is level 2, and legendary is level 3, and that determines what you can put on it. So you're going to need a full set of legendary to put a full set of Binding 3 on your stuff. Then, there's one more step we're going to take here, ideally, which is every single one that gives defense. So the hat, and then the spectacles, glasses, whatever, and the shirt, I guess. Those ones give defense. So when you upgrade them, they'll give additional offense. So if you want to max this build out, you're going to take this legendary gear that gives defense, and you're going to hit the other button to view upgrade. And here's a piece that I haven't upgraded, for example. And what it will use is Jobber Knoll, and then I'm just going to upgrade a random one here. Jobber Knoll Feather, 3 of them. Then you'll need 3 more Jobber Knoll Feather, and a Niffler Fur, and a Toadwort, and I'll explain all this in a sec. And then last one, you'll need a Graphhorn, a Hippogriff Feather, Jobber Knoll Feather, Niffler Fur, and Toadworts. So For most of this, you can just go buy them, actually. So one thing you could do to get these, if you don't, especially if you only have one vivarium, is you can actually just go to Hogsmeade, and you can go to Brood and Peck, and you can just buy out the shop of all the ingredients, and then wait 5 times, which is 2.5 days, and the shop should restock, and you can buy them all again. And so you can just do that for, like, I don't know, what is it? You need 6 pieces of gear, I guess. So 6 times you do that. It'll take a little while, but you could do it that way. You can also buy the pieces up at Pit Upon Ford. There's a shop right at the center of town at Pit Upon Ford that also sells them. So just do that until you have 6 of each of all those pieces, or as many as you want to get. And then after that, the other ones is the Toadwarts and the Jobberknoll feathers and the Niffler fur are the big things that you're going to want to get. So if you need a Jobberknoll spawn, there is a Jobberknoll spawn right next to Hogwarts. It's like not marked, but there's one right here. There's tons of other ones too. You can go there, catch a bunch of Jobbernolls. I recommend catching like 4 Jobbernolls or 5 or something. And then you can immediately groom them and feed them and get a whole batch of Jobberknoll feathers, which you will need in order to do this. And then the Niffler fur, there's a bunch of different spawns for Nifflers. I don't remember where it was. I think it was this one. Yeah, there's Niffler Den right up there. There's more than one. You can go to this one though. Catch a couple Nifflers. And then if you need the toads, there's a toad spawn right here. A giant purple toad den. And there's also a giant purple toad den over here. And then there's another Jobberknoll there, and another giant purple. So lots of options there. You can choose any of those you want in order to go get them. Throw them in your vivarium in order to get the pieces you want. And then once you've interacted with them and gotten your stuff, then you can upgrade all of your gear. If you do want to go catch all the other ones, though, instead of buying all the Grafhorn horns and stuff like that, you could check out my video in the description of this video about all 12 beast locations, and that'll show you how to get everything, including the Phoenix. But anyway, so once you've done all that prep and you've upgraded all these things, you'll look like me, where you have this one upgraded to offense, the hat, the glasses, and the shirt, which will give you even more offense. Now you're just maxed out on offense, and every single one has binding 3, which if you don't know, if you might have assumed at this point, yes, these things do stack. These traits stack, so each one of these will just keep increasing the amount of damage that you do with petrificus, totalus, or whatever. So once you have all of those, done all this prep, now when you go to your gear, you'll see you'll have crazy amounts of offense. It doesn't really show you anything about your binding bonus though, but you'll be totally cracked out insane damage now. At this point, you are just the most overpowered thing in the entire game. Let me see if I can find one more infamous foe for us to take down in a one-shot. All right, we got another infamous foe here. Let's see if I can find a way to get behind him. I don't know which one is this guy. I'm just going to rush in and grab him. Bam, one shot. This build is so nuts, guys. It does so much damage. It's actually insane. Like, oh my god, you can actually just clear the entire game so quickly and so easily. Like, it's nuts, guys. This stealth build is the most overpowered thing in this entire game. It's actually crazy how much damage it does. The only thing that I found that I can't one-shot with this build out of all the standard stuff in this game is not just a troll, but a forest troll. I'm sure the armored trolls might be a pain, but it looks like I can one-shot him too. So the last time I tested it, I wasn't fully upgraded. Let's check out the armored trolls, see if I can one-shot those. All right, one last time. Let's check this build out in actual action here. Let's see if I can sneak up on this fortified troll. I definitely cannot one-shot a fortified troll. Oh, I guess I can one-shot a fortified troll. I take it back. We can one-shot a fortified troll. That's actually crazy. Well, I literally can't find anything I can't one-shot with this build. I mean, the only thing I can't one-shot are things that can't be hit like this, like the final boss. Things like that cannot be hit with petrificus, whatever. So that's it, guys. Stealth build's totally OP. I hope this video helped you. I know it was a lengthy one, but I did my best to try to explain all the details so you don't miss out on something and get confused. But yeah, so that's the stealth build, totally broken. If this video helped you out, definitely check out the description of this video, guys. I have tons of other awesome Hogwarts Legacy videos. I also have little walkthroughs for different things and stuff. So just browse through that description of this video, see what else you can find that might help you out. And then also, if this video helped you and you want to help me out, just check out the game that I'm making on Steam. It's called Art Gallery Simulator, and the link for that is in the description of this video below the first paragraph. So you just go check that out, wishlist that. That would help me out a ton. But either way, I hope this video helped you out, guys. Now you know this awesome, fun stealth build. I think it's the most fun build. It's literally what I ran for the whole game because it's so much fun. But yeah, so now you know the busted, overpowered, broken stealth build in Hogwarts Legacy.